Mm-hmm. I know. So, yeah, good. So let's get up, and I would play music, but the technology of that. So just sing your own little song. Feel your own. I'm like just moving around. Like, this is the nice thing about gyrotonic, is that it kind of gives you moves to do that are like related to party moves, right? Gesundheit. Up. Yeah. So just like move yourself in a really, this is another favorite of mine, the Raggedy Andy. Just shake it out to the side. Another personal favorite is the Soviet swimmer, rolling your thighs. And then some butt kicks after that. So yeah, shuffle off to buffalo, right? Shuffle off the other way. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Polly. All right. And now with that beautiful rendition, I'm going to mute you. We'll go through our rounds. Robert, I can't wait to talk to you at the end briefly about what you plan for your warm-up. So we have our shoulder circles and walking the finger up the wall, and we'll articulate our feet with our footwork, and then we'll go into our interval sequence, which I'll review in a second. So standing on your feet in a rather narrow parallel position, feet about 2 to 3 inches apart, and just rock your weight forward onto the balls of the feet, and then rock your weight back. And this again is when online is super great. Look at the little U, in the little teeny U. So you see just enough of the outline of your body so that you can sense if you are favoring one leg, favoring the other leg. So looking at your lateral alignment. So inhaling to shift backwards, yep, exhaling to shift forwards. Length through the back of the spine and the neck. Inhaling back and coming to the center. If you're anything like me, you have to unlock your knees a little bit, which means instead of pushing yourself back, hips going forward, shoulders going back, head going forward, reset and have a little leg wiggle and feel the bones aligning vertically, one on top of the other. Lengthening the pubic bone, lengthening through the back of the neck and up through the crown of the head. And then from here, we're going to move from side to side, like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz, leaning from the ankles, rolling along the bottom of the feet, and the other side. Exhaling to one side, inhale to center, and exhale to the other side, and inhale to center. We're going to do 2 more sets. You could do this as a side bending exercise, but we're doing it as a side integrating exercise. Exploring our boundaries. Good. Find the center. Feeling your ankles under knees. Center, front of the ankle over the center of the knee, under the center of the knee. Center knee underneath just behind the hip, front of the pelvis. Center of the shoulder, ear. Got your side alignment points. Then we're going to roll our shoulders. Let's start by going back and up and forward and around. Energize your arms by reaching down a little bit, as if you're already holding your weights. So you've got your piston system, and notice how that drives the movement into the shoulder girdle more. One more. And then reversing forward and up and back and around. When your elbows are bent, it's easy to just do arm circles and not move your shoulders. Present company never does that. 3, and 4. Okay. And then we'll go to the wall, walk your fingertips up the wall. I'll show you from the back view today after I show you. So you're starting with the elbows drop down so that you can keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. So you're in external rotation of the humerus, the upper arm bone. And then gently crawl the fingers up the wall, Feeling the tops of the shoulders dropping down, the chest lifting as you crawl higher. Oh, there's a little spider up there. I'll move over here. Okay, all the way up as far as you can go, and then slowly slide down, sliding the elbows down like you've got your forearms on 2 train tracks. Crawl up. We're going to do 2 more times. Crawling up, 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 up. Up, 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 as far as you can go. You're keeping the tops of the shoulders relaxed, the neck relaxed. Inhale at the top, and exhale, sliding back down. Show you from the side view for this last time. So, my little trompe l'oeil, crawling up, 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 there's a spider. And then sliding back down. So remembering that creating more ease in the tops of the shoulders is a function of adjusting the spine to accommodate that. There's nothing wrong with lifting your chest to reach up. A lot of times if you feel like we have to stabilize the whole thoracic region, so by reaching up, we start to soften the sternum and drop the sternum down with weight, and then we're just fighting ourselves. It makes it much harder. Versus if you lift your chest up, then you can reach higher, whatever that range is, particularly as you approach the elbows to 90 or above. Okay, now we will do our foot articulation. Come back to your standing parallel position, narrow parallel position, and we're going to bend the toe joints on the left foot and then put the foot heel back down. Lift the right heel, bending the toe joint, and back down. Left. Inhale down, right, inhale down. Start to observe any side shifting from side to side. You can hold your hands out to the side a little bit so you can see your body and your hips as you shift from one foot to the other. Additionally, or you can relax your arms down. No, we're supposed to be articulating at the joint so that we deepen the hip crease in the front of the hip, and everything else remains, unchanged. As if from above the hip crease, it looked like we were doing nothing, in theory. Mostly observing if there's any slipping to the side, that you're standing to the outside of the leg and come up and standing to the other side of the leg. Try standing on the inner part of the leg that's straight. Stand down to the inner part of the leg. And notice how that drives into the axial length through the spine, opening the front of the hip and pelvic floor elevation. Last set, starting left and then right. Another side. All right, get your wiggles out. We will start our interval sequence. We have our hand weights to start. So we're going to do our marching. So then we'll do our squats, holding the weights. Sit down and stand up. Sitting back and standing forward and up. Back and forward and up. So you do as many as you can for 30 seconds. Then we have our bicep curls with stepping forward. Hi-ya! 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 Right, these ones, 30 seconds, 15 seconds rest. Then we have our step touch, side to side. Boogie down. You can add some opposite arm reaching. You're still holding your hand weights if you so choose, right? Adding, step back, boop, and then the arms will switch. Have fun. You can kind of start to reach forward and elongate, and a little side bend. Or you can remain perfectly upright if that feels safe for you. Then, serve a tray, Pilates V, holding the weights. Just reach up, woohoo, and out, and in. Right, trying to keep the inner parts of the heels spinning forward rather than separating. So there's external rotation, a spiral corkscrew action through the legs, right? As you're serving this way. And then we have wide V, hug a tree. I'll talk you through the whole thing again in between during our 15 seconds. Exhale to straighten. Okay, I have my weights. You have your weights. Jibs is here with his catnip toy. Here we go. Prepare. 2, 1. Oh, we're marching. Aha! Marching, 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 marching. Again, noticing how much side-to-side action you're doing. There'll be plenty of time for that. Whew. Feel you're reaching down to the floor with the foot that you're standing on. Breathing in and out. Noticing if your knee is crossing over, if it's going straight in front of you. 1, rest. Okay, next sequence is our bicep squats. So wider stance of the legs, you'll bend down, hinging at the hips and standing forward and up. Sitting back and down. 2, 1, here we go. Sitting down and back, standing forward and up. Down and back and forward and up. Yep, down, good. Taking your gaze down the wall to the floor and up. Inhale down, exhale up. Good, nice. Last one, and rest. Then we have our bicep curls with stepping forward, the tombe forward. You fall forward and catch yourself with the front foot. 2, 1, here we go. Work. That's what the timer says. 3, 2, 1, work. Inhale down, exhale, stand up. Last one. Rest. Now we come into our step touch side to side. Going into the step back lunge. Yes. Pause. I stop myself through the ball of my foot. And partially that is because of my ballet experience. I feel like going through the ball of the foot adds the calf to the equation and the posterior side of the leg, so that it's not all quad. Because if you go heel, it really goes all into the front of the quad, which sometimes you want that, but I feel with the impact, finding a balance between the front of the leg whilst working is somewhat more helpful, particularly if you have a hard time going downstairs sometimes, like if that's your creaky moment and like going down is harder than going up. It's that eccentric contraction of the muscle that is a challenge. So when we do our second set, sounds good. Okay, now we have our step touch side to side. So just kind of go with the flow with this. And if you choose to do the step back, the arm that you choose is the one reaching away from the back leg. Yep. So you can either, 2 options for the step backs. Reach back long, reaching forward, or sitting down, crossing over and sitting down. So the first one looks like this from the front. Yeah. Reaching back. So you really get a nice stretch through the psoas line. This other one is really strengthening for the quads and the glutes still. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, work. Step touch. Do a couple of these just to get your lateral motion going. And then we'll go into your step back lunge or your curtsy lunge. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the curtsy one. Two, one. Squeeze one more in there. Okay. Then we have serve a tray from Pilates V. Arms, elbows are bent to 90 degrees parallel to the floor. You're going to reach forward and up as you lift your heels. Here we go. And. Good. Articulating through the toes. Keeping the elbow joints unlocked. Yeah. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. Heart rate slowing down a little bit relative to the last ones. Keep spiraling the legs. Good, good, good. Nice. Everybody's feet are in a great position. Okay. Wide legs. Arms are lifted at least around the height of the belly button. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. We're inhaling to bend, to expand the pelvic bridge. Exhale to elevate the pelvic floor and lengthen the spine. Keep the chest lifted. Robert, be sure to keep the back of the neck nice and long, so you might look down a little bit and come up. But ideally, this is one, if you've ever used the pedipole, last one. Rest. Okie dokie. Oh, triceps. I forgot about that. In our wide squat, pull your elbows and straighten. You got this, people. 3, 2, 1. Pull the elbows to the ceiling close to your body and swing the weights back and forward. Pulling the abdominal wall in. Exhale to straighten, inhale to bend. Collarbones wide. Feel the shoulder blade sliding on the back last time. And ta-da! All right. Rest the weights down. Pause 1 second. All right. I just want to talk about this because of my ballet experience. I feel like I'm adequately... So let's go to the wall. I'm going to show you on this wall here. Get yourself in your wide V position and your spine up against the wall. And you're going to slide down the wall and you're going to go up. And now this is when, but Robert, stay at the wall. Ah, yes, good, good idea, perfect. So this is when you could do just hip flexion and hip extension and you're in abduction, meaning opening the legs to the side, or you can feel like you're going to pivot on the heels and spin the femurs and then come up. A little gyrokinesis into here. Yeah, so this is going to increase the range of motion in the hip joint, the femoral spin, because you're basically getting some parts of the bone out of the way. Yes, right, Robert, your ballet career is imminent. Good. Last time. So exploring, as we do it in this unsupported position here, how can you spin your femurs so that you can remain upright? It's just a different kind of squat, right? Yeah, so that you can keep the back of the neck long, and so that not every squat is a hip hinge this way, right? We're doing pliés here. Bend and stretch, okay? Now, balls. Ball, ball, ball. I intentionally had no seated bouncing on the balls for this workout. So you can do that on your own, but don't let me see you do it. Donkey kicks. So we start with all fours kneeling. Single leg circles. Then we switch to our hand weights. Rowing. Single leg kneeling. Proposal lunge. Oh yeah. Okay. So, review choreography. Then we go into our intervals. So, supported, all fours kneeling. Depending on your proportions relative to your ball, it depends on what part of your hand will be touching the floor. A little extra upper back extension is not a bad thing. So, you can come up onto your fingertips like a little spider hand like that, suctioning. The thighs are going to try and drop as straight down towards the floor as possible, but of course the ball is in the way. So you want to feel like the torso and the pelvis are being supported, the upper part of the pelvis are being supported by the ball. The pubic bone is kind of floating on the downward curve, but not following the curve. You're keeping the low spine supported. And from there, I feel like I really have to use the standing toes tucked under as like a wedge. So I'm not pushing with the leg, I'm just wedging in there. And then from there I lift the other leg up and let it come down. So if you notice that you're straightening the standing leg as we go along, like if the thigh is coming away from the ball, Robert, keep the thigh connecting to the ball as much as possible. Yeah. Okay, then we do our single leg circles. Standing leg will still stay bent. You'll reach back, up, out, and down. I'm going to show you from the back view. My better view. Okay. So, leg reaches back, up, out, and down. So we're trying to use our oblique slings to stabilize the body, 4 in each direction, and then we'll do 30 seconds of that. 4, okay, maintaining control and stability through the body. Then we ditch the ball. We come to our hand weights. Rowing, 2 in a forward lunge, 3, 4, change, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm having my palms facing down. You can also do the rowing like this kind of rowing, if that's better for your shoulders today, or palms down, this kind of rowing. One, 2, 3, 4, changing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, adding on one weight. Stand up and down, up and down, up and down, 4, and change, tita, up and down, I know, 3, 4, okay, and then we go back to the ball, standing, wall squats with the ball up against the wall. Starting at the pelvis and low back, down and up. Gazillion of those. Pitch the ball. Scapular glides at the wall. Shoulder blades slide together and apart, together and apart. Push-ups. Wall jumps. We're going to do that. Wall jumps is a separate thing, so we don't cram it all into 30 seconds. 30 seconds of scapular glides, rest. 30 seconds of push-ups, rest. 30 seconds of wall jumps, rest. And I'll talk you through the whole thing from the beginning. This sequence is a little bit much. I get it. It'll be fun. So, have your weights set up so that they're on either side of your mat. The ball is in the center of your mat. Gotta tuck my ponytail in. Okay. So this way you'll be ready. You want to be sure, Robert, you might want to turn yourself on a diagonal so the feet point towards your chair so you can see me without like craning your neck if you need to. If you don't need to, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But you want to be sure. So one weight on either side of the mat. So you can just roll the ball out to the side, grab and go. Okay. And yes, kneeling padding. That's the only other thing. If you need, for our kneeling sequence, we'll be kneeling very briefly for the rowing, just for 30 seconds. All right. Here, we will get ourselves into our supported all fours kneeling position. So we're not in a plank. We are in knees bent, trying to drop the knees down towards the floor. So here we go. We have 5 seconds to prepare. 3, 2, 1. And then donkey kicks, right foot up and down, up, down, up. We're going to change after 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, change. Change legs. Up. This is for the back side of your body. The hamstring, the glute, spine stabilizers. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're going to stay in this position, go into our straight leg circles. One leg reaches back. We'll do 4 in each direction on each leg and then change. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, your own timing. 2, keeping the legs straight like a pendulum, circling, and then change after 4. 3, 2, 1. Change legs. 4, 3, 2. Reaching out through the leg. It's out rather than up. 2, 1. Finish up your set. Sit back. Move the ball out of the way. Grab your hand weights. Standing, kneeling into 4 sets of rowing on each leg. Here we go. Hinging forward. Pulling. Rowing. 2. 3, 4. Bring your body up. Change legs. Hinge forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit. Body up. Change. Oops. Feel the shoulder blades doing the motion rather than the triceps. We're going to finish out this set. 3, 2, 1. Body up. Change legs. Yeah, good, Polly. Good, Robert. Hinge forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I know what differentiates this rowing from the tricep pull. It's like you're pulling the lawnmower. Pulling the lawnmower. Pulling the lawnmower. The cord. Versus swinging the arm back like skiing. Okay, from here, separate, put one weight down, come to our split lunge. So, and then we're going to come up and down holding the weight. We're going from low to high, pushing down through the standing leg into the floor. Ready? Here we go. And I'm holding 1 weight, Polly. You can keep holding 2. There's absolutely fine. Yeah. I'm holding the end caps like this. The end caps feel good because you get nice breath through there. Change. Up. Up. Push down. Remember at the beginning when we stood into the inside of our legs for our marching? The inner line of the leg. 2, 1. Now we go to the wall. Put the weight down. Grab your ball. It's a whole part of our circus tricks. So placing the ball at the low spine, the top of the pelvis, legs wide apart, and Polly, here we go. let's work. Sit down and up. Hands behind the head is kind of nice because you can feel like you push your head into your hands. Robert, that's great. Holly, nice. Go as low as you can. You're sitting back into the ball. It's like a massage. Squat massages. Ah. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's get one more in here. Ball goes away. Wall, scapular glides. Hands on the wall. Shoulder width apart. Heel of the hand slightly underneath the shoulders, the armpit, leaning in. Shoulder blades slide together. Here we go. And push away. Shoulder blades slide together and push away. Feet are about hip distance apart. Inhale, the rib cage slides between the arms. Exhale, the shoulder blades slide apart. Two, last time. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and then go into our push-ups. The elbows bend down and wide and push out. Take it easy, Robert. Here we go. Plank position, wall push-ups. Farther away from the wall is harder, closer to the wall is easier. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. You're doing it right, Polly. Inhale and exhale. You're doing wall push-ups. Keeping active through the front and the back of the body. The front of the hip is nice and open. Keeping the rib cage nice and rigid and broad. Last one. Now we're going to go into wall jumps with the same thing. Robert, reduce range. Maybe do triceps this way, closer. Okay. So otherwise, we reach out, push, and fall into the wall. Ready? Oops. Reset. Reset. I added an extra set. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push off the wall. So you're jumping on your hands, rolling through the fingers, through the knuckles, and the heel of the hand. It's the feet of the upper body, people. Good, Robert. Inhale to catch yourself, exhale to push. Inhale to catch, exhale to push. Good. Keep the back of the body elongated and open. Last time. All right. Now we go into set 1, interval series 1 with the hand weights. Marching. Which I never remember. Oh yeah, marching, squats, step forward bicep curls, step touch side. You can go right into your step back curtsy or step back reach, lunge, right? Then we go into our, oh yeah, serve a tray, wide, hug a tree, plies, not squats. Then we do triceps. Downhill skiing, swinging the arms, the elbows stay close to the side of the body. You keep the shoulder collarbones wide and open. Swing the arms back, the hands back, and return. Okay. I'm switching my hand weights to the fibers. But I'm keeping the 3s nearby in case I need to abort mission. Polly, should we wait for you? No, she's back. She's back. Okay. We got our weights marching. I'm ready to start our intervals. Here we go. And 3, 2, start with marching. 1. Marching, marching, marching. Feel the inner part of the body. Good, lengthening upwards. Feel the upper arm swinging forward and backwards as is comfortable. Good. Standing through the inner line of the foot and the leg, because we're going to use this later, as we know, or we did use it later. almost there. 2, 1, rest. Now we go into our squats. So wide stance of the legs, slight external rotation of the feet, sitting down and back, weights come right by the knees, and stand forward and up. Ready? Here we go. Inhale down and exhale up. Like you're trying to hoist your pelvis up onto a shelf that's up there. And you're going to do it by pushing it up from the backs of the thighs. Good. Collarbones wide. Last one. 15 seconds rest. Then we go and do our tombe forward with our bicep curls. Alternating legs. You can choose to do bicep curls here, or the lifted ones. Here we go. And work it. I love this timer. 3, 2, 1. Work. That's what it says to me. Feel the collarbones spinning as you lift your arms up. They're rolling backwards. They're helping push the shoulder blades down the back. Last one. Good. That's getting better, y'all. Now we have our step touch. Step back lunge. All right, side to side. 3, 2, 1. Work. I'm going to step back and reach this time. Yep. I changed my breathing. I'm exhaling as I reach because that's the harder move for me with the weights. Nice. Last one. Even yourself out. Okay. Next is serve a tray in Pilates V. So, variation on biceps curls. Heel spin forward. This is the femoral spin we're starting right now. Keeping the elbows unlocked as you extend the arm. Or Robert, external rotators would be good here. You can go up and down or stay there, okay. Yeah. Last time. Rest. Hug a tree, wide V. Robert, just ditch the weights for this one. Or rest them on your hip crease and go down and up like this. Here we go, ready? And arms together as you bend. Exhale, straighten. That's better, Robert. Feel your femurs spinning. They're like moving out of the way to accommodate the pelvis going down. Last one. Rest. Triceps, and the last one of this sequence, and then we lie down. So, coming to your downhill skiing position, your arms will swing back. You'll keep the upper arms where they are, the collarbones wide and open. Bend the elbows, stretch the arms back. Exhale to straighten. Keep long through the spine, the back of the neck. Palms will face your body, Polly. Yes. So the end cap of the weight is pointing straight forward. That's how you clear yourself. It's like the weights are your ski poles. Bend your knees a little bit more, Polly, and feel your knees widening a little bit. There you go. Last set. Good, Robert. Good, everybody. We're done. Set the weights down. So, we'll do our little marching cool down here. Just keep moving. You can step touch. You know, the party's over. But yet the party's just beginning. So we're going to bring our heart rate down a little bit. We could do a little grapevine. What's it? The electric slide. I don't remember the move. There's like a transitional move. I love line dancing. Let me just tell you. I'm not a big country line dancing person, but there's nothing like being 12 years old dancing on a light up disco floor. I tell you, it's like the seminal experience. Okay, so grab your ball. This is when we're going to go into the Mr. Peanut side stretch. I'm going to show you on this wall to start, and then I'll show the other wall on the other side. So, placing the ball at your hip. And we're trying to stay, you're not going to squish the ball, but the ball is also not going to push your hip out to the side. So you want to get your feet underneath your pelvis, as we practiced before. Hold on to the ball or the wall, and then you're going to cross your outside foot, inside foot over, sassily like Mr. Peanut. And then from there, if you want to walk the outside foot more underneath you, using this bottom foot as a wedge to kind of push your hips into the ball. And then we'll side stretch and coming up. The more you can get that bottom foot underneath yourself, this arm is feeling uncomfortable for me today. The ball arm, the wall one. So we're getting a nice side, supported side stretch of the body. Whoa, 2 more times. Really trying to inhale here and then lay the ribs over the ball to maintain supported length. Last time. Great. Change sides. Ball at the hip. Outside foot. Stand on your outside foot. Cross the inside foot in front of the outside foot. And then it's like the jaunty Mr. Peanut. And then go into your side stretch over the ball. Holly, this version works. But if you have your foot closer together, you're basically trying to elevate the outside hip and let the inside hip drop down to stretch the outside lateral line of the body. Good, Robert. Let's just do 2 more. And 1 more. All right, coming back to the first side. Hip hiker, standing hips strengthening. So you're getting yourself wedged up against the ball with the ball at your hip. The outside foot is underneath the hip socket. You want to be able to stand on the outside leg. Right. You're going to keep the waistline on the ball side of your body as long as possible. And then you're going to push with the outside hip and roll the ball up the wall and down. Ugh. This is when I'm glad I have a really low ceiling. I wish y'all did too, because you can reach up, because I'm touching my ceiling and I can balance. Otherwise you're reaching towards the wall and you're trying to keep spaciousness between your armpit rather than crunching down like this. So it's all about raising this hip up rather than crunching down towards the ball, if that makes sense. Two more times. Stand on the inner part of the foot. The ball is pushing you to the outside of the foot. Don't let it. Change sides. I'm going to show you from the back view, so I won't be watching you. So standing on in the center of the hip socket, able to stand on one leg, holding onto the wall with a light touch or holding onto the ball lightly. Rolling the ball up the wall with the inside hip and down. Keeping the length underneath the armpit here so that we're not bringing the shoulders down. You keep your shoulders level. Wow. This is hard for me today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that enough? 9 maybe? 10. Oi. Okay. AirPod break. They lasted a long time today. Okay. Holding for AirPods. All right, hearing me. Excellent. Aha. Still using the ball. Robert, look at him having fun over there. Polly, how dare you, Robert? How dare you have fun with this workout? Okay. So now we're going to stand, do our downward dog, our tabletop stretch. So you're getting yourself into an incline so that your spine can be nice and long. You're standing on your feet a comfortable distance apart. It can be hip width, tighter hamstrings go wider. You want to feel more hamstring stretch, stay narrower. Feel the pelvis, the pubic bone balanced just in front of the ankle bones. And then you'll bend your knees and reach forward on the ball, elongating your spine, reaching your sit bones back behind you. And then exhale, slowly straighten, pull the ball towards you, keeping your spine nice and long. Yeah. So inhale to stretch forward and reach, bend your knees. Exhale, keep the length in the spine from the sit bones through the crown of the head. Elevate your torso as you straighten your legs as much as you need to feel a hamstring stretch. 3 more times. Inhale to bend and reach. Exhale, straighten. If you don't feel a hamstring stretch coming up and down, you keep your arms where you are, provided the sit bones can stay wide and open and the rib cage can stay connected to the pelvis. Inhaling to bend. Exhaling to straighten. 2 more times. One more time. Good. Bend your knees. Bring the ball into you and stand up. Bridging with the feet on the ball. Leg press combo. And then we do pass the ball. Leg circles. We're not going to get through everything today. Oh, okay. So come on to the floor. Lying on your side. Rolling onto your back. Placing your feet on the ball. Oh, good old terra firma. How we've missed you. How we've missed you. This just feels so good to lie down after all that. Okay. So we're going to keep your knees bent. Knees over hips. So the angle of the hip is 90 degrees. The angle behind the knee might be high, more or less, depending on the height of your ball. Arms are by your sides with the palms facing down, reaching towards your ball. You're going to inhale to roll up into your bridge. And then you're going to exhale, roll down sequentially through the spine. The ball is staying pretty much where it is. It's a lot of hamstring work. Inhale to lift the hips up, articulating or levitating. And then exhale, roll yourself down sequentially through the spine. Inhale, hips up. And exhale, hips roll down. Inhale, hips up. And exhale, hips roll down. We're going to do 2 more times here. Inhale up. Notice if your ball is escaping you. So we're balancing the amount of hamstring cramping we can tolerate. Rolling up last time. And down. Good. Stretch the legs out long so the back of the knee is supported by the ball. And then from here, so the legs are about 2 inches apart or so, you're going to flex your ankles and you're going to stretch your knees. So Robert, get the ball a little higher on your leg. Yeah. So we're working the quads as we bridge up and down. So we're, again, balancing the front of on the back of the leg. So we're going to go up and down with our hips, hips up, and then hips go down. This is for your diving up and down. Oh my goodness. Up and down. 2 more times. Up. Yep. And down. If you feel like flexing your ankle inhibits your hip mobility, you're absolutely right. This last time, you're going to flex and reach up. Point the ankles, bend the knees so the calves will lighten, and then extend out, flex, and roll down. Repeat that. Hips go up with the ankles flexed. Point. Bend the knees and pull the ball towards you. Roll the ball out, flex, and then go back down. It's like double leg pumps in gyrotonic. Hips go up, point, bend, pull in, reach out, flex, and hips go down. Last time. Hips up, point the ankles, bend the knees, pull the ball in, keep the hips up, roll the ball out, flex, and go down. Okie dokie. Open the legs to the side of the ball. You're grabbing the ball with your feet. You're going to bring it towards your hands and hold the ball in the hands and bring your legs to tabletop. Ta-da! This is like your SeaWorld trick. We're show dolphins, right? From here, keep holding the ball. Just do alternating toe taps. Inhaling for 2 and exhaling for 2. Getting the abdominal wall engaged and warmed up. You can do it like walking. So continuous switching of the legs. 2 more times. 1 more time. Legs back up into tabletop. From here, squeeze the legs together. Double leg lower and come up. Bend the knees more, poly. More, yep. Double leg lower. So it's like you're dipping your butt's at the edge of the pool. You're going to dip your toes into the pool. Yes. So the pool is very close to you. 1 more time, and then we're going to play pass the ball. Okay, open the knees. Grab the ball between the legs. Reach your arms back as you dip your toes down. Bring the ball up. Catch it in your hands. Switch. Double leg toe tap. Reach the ball back. And ball to the knees. Keep switching. Arms back, legs down. Ball up. Switch to the arms. Reach the ball back. Toes dip down. Switch the ball. Ball down, arms back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more set. Coming up, ending with the ball between the legs, bringing the ball to the floor, and then walk your feet on top of the ball. Oh, we're 2 minutes over, but we're going to do our rocking side to side. Bend the knees, arms in a low V on the floor. Squeeze the legs together lightly, and then you're going to rotate your pelvis one side, and then rotate the other side. Turning your head away from the direction of the legs. Finding ease and relaxation through the front of the chest. One more set each side. Come center. Find some stillness. Then walk the ball away from you. Move it out of the way. Put your feet on the floor. Roll over onto your side. Push with your arms and come up to sit. And then we're going to spin around and come into sitting on your heels position, squat, whatever is comfortable for you, whether that's more elevated or all the way down. Yeah. And then we're going to slowly come up. Finding that narrow position, standing position, feeling balanced on top of the leg bones, elongated through the spine, slightly sweaty, and slightly tired. Thank you. I'll go stop my videos and I'll meet you over there.